Brothers for Life is an organization that was created and is run by injured Israeli combat soldiers. These soldiers took their injuries and they started to use them to help other injured soldiers who were stuck reclaim their lives.
You have to feel his heart. And what's special in our foundation, it's like a wounded soldier help wounded soldier. When you come to a wounded soldier that get injured, you don't need to talk. You look in the eyes and you see exactly where you was before, and then you show him that the life is not finished.
The sole purpose of Brothers for Life is to heal Israeli combat soldiers who were injured both physically and mentally defending the Jewish nation. The goal of the organization is to transform these injured soldiers into inspirational leaders who in turn help newly injured soldiers, and the circle repeats.
When you do something to help these young men, you feel like it's the greatest privilege. You're helping those people who've protected your children.
It's amazing to see a person, he lose everything, and you give them the first hug, the first hope, and then he start to come to be involved in the foundation programs, and then to see him go to school, get married, have a baby, and start to help a new guys is what's so special.
Gil was a team commander of one of the most elite units in the country. His team was called to catch a senior Hamas terrorist who was responsible for the murder of 44 Israelis. After hours of searching, they finally find the terrorist and a firefight breaks out. Several of Gil's soldiers are seriously wounded by gunfire, and Gil finds himself at the corner of a wall about to face the terrorist. He explains what happens next.
I was here, we don't see each other, but I feel his gun to my neck. I put my M16 on his body and we shoot together.
I mean, put yourself in the situation for a second. He's shot point blank range through his neck. He's on the ground dying. His soldier next to him is shot through the face. The medic comes and sticks his knuckle in his neck to stop the bleeding and save his life. And he tells his medic, "Don't save me, save my soldier." That's the power behind this organization, and it's not just Gili, it's all of them.
My father's name is Gigi. On the way to the hospital, my father get the news that the son of Gigi was killed on the ammunition. I have a few doctors that work on me. I remember that the door just opened after a few minutes. My father stand there. You actually think that you're going to come to say goodbye to your son. He look at me, I give him with my eyes, just, "Papi, just come to be next to me."
After his injury, Gil spent months visiting and encouraging other soldiers. This is what inspired the beginning of Brothers for Life. After being a captain in one of the most elite units in the IDF, Gil found his service to the Jewish nation cut short by his injury, but he soon discovered that his most important mission had just begun.
Sometimes a very small thing can make a huge difference. Something so small starts something so huge. It's a bullet that changed my life.
The foundation is built on 4 principles, known as the 4 legs. The first leg is financial assistance. Financial assistance is made to those soldiers who are in need of critical financial, medical, educational, or legal aid that is not otherwise available to them through any other agency or institution. The second leg are the projects and one-on-one mentoring.
Each project is made up of a team, like a unit in the army, and the idea of the project is the healing that goes on during the project.
It's important for us to take these guys out from their home and to come to be part of a group. We have a lot of different groups, like a soccer team, a music team, a diving team,
A cycling project, a running project, a theater project, we have a photography project, but the idea of the projects are soldiers working together through the project, open up to each other, heal each other. They share with each other things they would never share with anyone.
The third leg is vocational or job placement.
Entrepreneurial businesses that the soldiers are starting themselves, where they can learn how to run a business and get job experience they might not otherwise ever be able to have.
And the fourth leg is inspiring and educating the love of Israel.
Love of the Jewish people and the core values behind Israeli combat soldiers.
In 2006, Ofer, only 24 at the time, was drafted once again to fight in the Second Lebanon War. His demolition unit, about 39 soldiers, were headed towards a village in Lebanon where they were ordered to stop and stay in the building overnight. But what they didn't know was that there was a unit of Hezbollah watching them from 3 kilometers away in a school.
Suddenly there was this huge explosion. I was smacked into the wall, and I remember at first I couldn't see nothing and I couldn't hear nothing. There was like beep, like the small buzzing sound. I got something in my eye, and I heard everyone shouting. There was like full of smoke in the room and fire. My vision, I opened the left eye, and I saw him like lying back. Everyone was shocked.
Ofer was not even aware that his right eye was taken by shrapnel. But as a medic, he was determined to help as many soldiers as possible.
Usually after you get missiles, you get like, they come and attack you. So I started like gathering like grenades, I remember. And I started taking care of my friends who were still alive.
Ofer continues to rescue his soldiers from the burning building one by one, despite the unbearable pain. He recalls the field of mortally injured soldiers outside the building.
It was like the last of my powers. I was like, my back was broken, my eye was like this. And I saw like all over, scattered all over the field, people, like lying on the floor, trying to run away from the house, and wow. And I don't know. One second. I need a break. I'm sorry.
To live with PTSD, the consequences of this kind of injury on your life is much worse than to live without 2 legs or arm or eye vision or paralyzed.
Post-traumatic stress disorder is something that so many people in Israel carry with them. So no one pays attention to it. But there's a lot of people who are suffering.
Ofer get injured very badly. He loses a lot of friends. He get one of the high-level medal in Israel.
Today, Ofer is a leader in the foundation and a mentor to other soldiers suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. He is just one of hundreds of soldiers who have benefited directly from the financial aid fund, and he is currently receiving a scholarship towards his training as a counselor. Ofer is a true example of the power of Brothers for Life.
If you have a wound and you want it to get better, but all you do all day is pick on it, so it will never get better. It doesn't matter how many times I gave up along the way. Gili and Guy and Yaniv never gave up on me.
One of the most amazing programs are the delegations that go out to different cities around the world.
Seattle, Manhattan, the Hamptons, Los Angeles, Chicago, London, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Boston, Hong Kong, and San Francisco.
During these delegations, the soldiers are adopted by Jewish families, and they become families for life.
They get as much as we get. because we become one big family. You know, I have so many friends now in Seattle, in London, friends, real friends, and they're happy to see me and I'm always happy to see them. I've never seen anything like that.
They have group therapy sessions where they talk about things that they don't talk about otherwise. They talk to Jewish children in schools, inspiring them about Israel and Jewish values.
See my leg? Ah, beautiful, huh? Okay.
Part of the idea of the delegations is for the soldiers to see that there are no limitations. They reach out and connect with American injured soldiers who've been injured in Iraq and Afghanistan. And in Seattle have inspired them to create a sister organization based on the same model of injured soldier helping injured soldier.
One of the most things that I love in this foundation is the pureness. I mean, it's the free love. We don't use medicine. We don't use professional help or systems that people learn or something like this. We just share our love. This is what makes it so beautiful.
Guy was a paratrooper in the Israeli army. At only 19 years old, he was determined to be on the front lines, defending and protecting the Jewish nation. In August of 2002, Guy's unit was sent on a mission to stop a suicide bomber.
We got on our armed SUV to go and look for this car bomb. And during the search in this refugee camp, our Jeep got on a very powerful roadside bomb. It was so powerful that it tore apart all the shield of my left door. And after a couple of seconds, the terrorists that put the bomb start to shoot on the Jeep, a massive fire. This is where the bomb got inside and cut my legs off from here. You can see here many bullet holes.
For 15 long minutes, Guy sat helplessly in excruciating pain, losing half of his blood supply and waiting for help. When the medic arrived, Guy remembers his first treatment, a Russian tourniquet. He explains.
You only use it when you lose one part of your body. And when they put me those tourniquets, I realized that something really bad happened to my legs.
Guy Price is one of the most strong people that I ever met. A person that loses two legs and is the most complete person in the world.
Guy's biggest honor was to serve his country as a combat soldier, protecting the Jewish nation. But after losing his legs, he knew he was destined for something else. And soon after, he joined Brothers for Life.
People understand that this price of losing my legs is a very small price for the life that I'm living today. My life is even better now without the legs. If I consider myself as a hero, the answer is absolutely no. To be on the front line and to protect the Jewish people, for me it's like the biggest privilege that I can ever had.
These are the protectors of the Jewish people. They've held their brothers in their hands as they've died. We can never know what that's like. Never. These are elevated souls. They're going to be the future leaders of Israel.
I don't think going to war is heroic. I think what's heroic is when I see people that choose to live after what they've gone through.
Unfortunately, there is still so many injured soldiers, and we cannot even reach to them. I think this is like our main purpose.
I never wanted to fight in the first place, you know, but sometimes you have to protect your people.
There are hundreds of other injured soldiers that we have not yet gotten to. But I will tell you this, they will not stop until they reach every injured soldier who is suffering and needs their help.
Everything is possible.